Welcome to the My Raggedy Herbs podcast. This podcast is for truth seekers, homesteaders, homemakers, and medicine makers who are eager to roll up their sleeves and learn how to make their relationship with God, their family, and their home their first priority. Now here's Lori Coates.
Fall is a great time to enjoy making garden projects that are on your wish list. Both functional and whimsical projects have their place, and making them can be fun family activities. It's difficult for me to complete these type of projects during the spring and summer months because I'm so busy harvesting, drying, and storing herbs, preserving food that's all coming in the gardens. One of the projects that I have been wanting to make for some time is native bee houses. These are the rustic handmade houses that you build by using various items found around your home and garden. Since our family owned a honey farm for several years, I'm very familiar with what it takes to put together a working hive. I also understand the importance of pollinators, but the homes that I would like to make are different. They are not all uniform and painted white, and they attract insects that are not as popular, but are as equally necessary as the beloved honeybee. I would love to attract more native bees to our gardens, but in order to do so, I must prepare for them. It's important to consider what insects that I hope to attract and construct homes that are well suited, that are just perfect for them. The majority of native bees are ground nesting, but other wood and cavity nesting bees seek to build homes and structures like these homemade hotels. The easiest way to construct a native bee house is to gather hollow sticks, reeds, pieces of bamboo, and cut them into short pieces that are at least 6 inches in length. After that, it's best to ensure that each piece is completely hollowed out by using a drill bit. When the straws are ready, you can use wire, twine, or glue to bundle them together. This part of your construction will create many dwelling places for individual bees. You can create interest and variety in your bee house by drilling holes into a block of wood, a piece of a log, or other solid items. Be careful not to drill all the way through the back, and if you're hoping to attract mason bees, then each hole should be 5 to 6 inches deep and between 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch in diameter. After you have the essential home building holes in place, you can let your creative juices flow by decorating your new bee house. I plan to use fibers and natural materials found around our gardens, pastures, and pond to give each home an all-natural feel. When your bee house is finished, you will need to mount it on a post or position it so that it is somewhat elevated. It is best to face it to the south or the southeast, and remember that many of the insects that will use it will need mud to seal off each chamber or hole, so having a bee home near a water source is helpful. I am making my plans, and I'm reminded of one of my favorite Bible verses. In John 14, 1-3, Jesus was comforting his disciples as he told them these words, "Do not let your heart be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. If it were not so, I would have told you, for I go to prepare a place for you. If I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may also be." We cannot deny that we are living in some troublesome times, but our loving Savior does not desire us to be troubled. Jesus completed his earthly mission, ascended to heaven, and is preparing a home for each person who chooses to place their faith in him. He is preparing a special dwelling place for you and me, my dear brothers and sisters, and it will be well suited for each of us. Actually, it will be just perfect. Since he is preparing, he is returning. I pray that you are prepared for his return.
The gardening information presented in this podcast is based on USDA Plant Hardiness Zone 7 for Central Oklahoma. Nothing in this podcast or on our website should be construed as medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider for your individual nutritional and medical needs. The information presented is based on our own research and is strictly that of the author and not necessarily those of any professional group or entity. For more information, please visit myraggedyherbs.com.